So the other day, I was live streaming on PlayStation, going through my seasonal journey and whatnot, and this happened during Capitol building.
Hadouken! The apartment? Yo, what? I just got the apartment. Off of a mission. What? Isn't that a PvP exclusive? Hold on. I just got the apartment. What? Interesting. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, here, look. I just got the apartment. It's a PvP exclusive. That's weird. Huh. Alright. GG's.
You have left the group.
So right off the bat, when it happened, I wasn't really thinking about it, right? I was like, yeah, it is a PvP exclusive item. Yeah, that was weird that it got rewarded for that mission, but I never really thought of the significance of this. So then a few days goes by, and this happens on Twitter. This was literally sent to me the very next day on Twitter. And it's from NoDV16. And it shows them also getting the apartment on Capitol building while doing this on hard difficulty, just like I did during that live stream. So let's go back. And there you have it, the apartment, the named SIG MPX with perfectly measured, which was previously a PvP exclusive item, is now dropping in Capitol building even on hard. So let's jump into it. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's right, in today's video, I'm going to say farm this now, farm this today, and get the apartment while you can. It's looking like it's just been released into Capitol building, and it's just been dropping randomly for people, including myself. So it's really cool. I highly recommend you do this and get the weapon, add it to your inventory, and try it out with your different builds. Now, what am I getting at with farm this now? Well, it's all about the Stronghold, right? So back in the bottom right of your screen, you will have the Capitol building Stronghold. So there it is, zoomed out. Now, the Capitol building Stronghold has 3 different bosses. So you have your first boss at the very beginning of the Stronghold, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then you have your second boss near the tail end, and then finally your last boss at the very end. Now, with that being said, the reason why I'm saying that is that these bosses will drop named SMGs. I don't know why. It's not SMGs right now for targeted loot, but I have gotten a cold-blooded, I've gotten a Emmeline's Guard, a safety distance, and now the apartment, all from this Stronghold. I don't know what it is about these bosses, but they are dropping named SMGs like hotcakes. It's crazy. Skittles. So with that being said, there's 2 different ways to farm this. The first way of farming it is you could put as many directives on, what have you, and throw it on any difficulty and just run through the first part and kill the first boss, and then rinse and repeat, right? That way you're still getting the drops, and hopefully you get the apartment that way. The other way is by doing the entire mission on like hard or whatever and just flying through it and hoping you get it for a in-mission reward like I did. But there are 2 different ways of getting it. Either you get it from the boss drops or you get it from the in-mission reward. I have now been told that both of those will drop it, so that's what I'm going to tell you to farm. What I would do is either farm the very first boss in the very first part of the Stronghold and then just rinse and repeat, and that way maybe you can up your chances of getting it along with other named SMGs. That could be cool. Or just put it on hard with directives, what have you, and just run all the way through it and hope you get it from an in-mission reward. Now, what makes this weapon so special, and why am I saying farm it? Well, first up, it's rare, right? It's a PvP exclusive item. You can only get it in Dark Zone Conflict or named item caches. However, now that we know that Capitol Building has it, I'm telling everyone to farm that because a lot of people want this weapon. The reason for that, it is the only weapon in the game with perfectly measured. The only weapon. The Rail Splitter had it way back in year 1, but they took that out in year 2, and since then, the apartment has been the only one to have it ever since. Now, the apartment is like their version of the house from the first game. If you remember the exotic SMG called the house, this is the named SMG called the apartment. Pretty cool, right? Now, the thing about the apartment and perfectly measured is this talent is a little bit different. So the first part of your magazine has an increase of 25% rate of fire, but a decrease a third of your damage. However, the bottom part of your magazine, it'll reduce only 18% of that rate of fire, but then it will bump up your total weapon damage by 38%. So by the time you're in the bottom part of your magazine, you'll have a little bit more rate of fire, but then a buttload more, weapon damage. Not bad. Now this weapon is typically used with like Negotiator's Dilemma, something like that. Maybe Strikers if you're nasty. But you typically like it with Negotiator's Dilemma. That way the top part of your magazine, you could mark enemies. And then by the time you're at the bottom part of your magazine, you could be melting them with that extra damage and then spreading the the crits over to those other enemies. This is a very deadly weapon, very fun to use, very fun to use. For me, what I did is I put damage to targets out of cover as that bottom attribute, and it's been a lot of fun. Negotiator's Dilemma, True Patriot, I mean, the works. This thing has a lot of sustainable, damage packed into it. It's pretty fun. But remember, it's not that extra burst. You will get that, RPM at the beginning, but you have to wait for that bottom half of that magazine to really get it to kick into high gear. Now, other ways of getting this weapon, you can get the blueprint from Descent, just so you know. So if you play through Descent and either defeat the Nemesis or play Descent enough to get the reconstructed caches, you'll be able to get the blueprint. So I can show you that here as well, right here. Booyah. So you can actually craft it if you play enough Descent. But for all of you that don't play Descent and don't play PvP, now is your time to get the apartment. So farm Capitol Building Stronghold right now. I hope you get it. May the RNG gods be with you and whatnot. But that's it for me. I'm Kamikazevondoom. If you found this helpful or, whatever, let me know. Peace out. All right, now back to my Sunday shenanigans.